Hey guys, how's it going? Sorry I haven't been able to get the blogs out on a daily basis of late. I've been working pretty hard. My work schedule is easing up somewhat over the next few days, so I should be able to just stick the daily ones out. I've got 8 games to talk about and 4 games to predict, so let's not waste any time. First of all, Netherlands 2, Chile 0. A predictable scoreline, but then the betting man would have looked at Chile because of the fact that they have played just as good as Netherlands, really, if you think about it. They've obviously done away with Spain, done away with Australia, the same as Netherlands had. And obviously the South American factor seems to be benefiting a lot of the South American teams this World Cup, as expected. So I just felt Chile could have pinched it. There's certainly been a lot bigger shocks in this tournament at this moment. But yeah, Netherlands are showing, obviously they've won all 3 of their group games. They're showing that they are going to be a contender. Australia 0, Spain 3. Another predictable scoreline, but the fact that Australia have done well in their games and Spain have done terribly, you wouldn't have put it past Spain to cock up on another game before they bow out and fly home. But no, at least they go back with a little bit of pride. Mexico 3, Croatia 1. That surprised me an awful lot. I thought Croatia were going to win that, but that's just the way it goes, I suppose. 3-1. Brazil 4, Cameroon 1. Predictable. Brazil have got to step up at some point. They stepped up in this game. They're starting to show why they are the early favourites, but I wouldn't class them as favourites right now, personally. Italy 0, Uruguay 1. Now, I've taken a bit of flack on Facebook because people seem to think I'm defending Luis Suarez. Well, how can you defend that? I'm not a buffoon, I'm not an idiot. You can't defend what he did. He will get punished, and rightfully so. What he did was dreadful. It's the 3rd time he's done it. Fair enough, Ivanovic, you can say, was something of a relapse because he did it the first time when he was playing for Ajax. But then the 3rd time now just shows that he has got no control of his whatever the hell's going on up there on a football field. I do think he needs to see a shrink. I think there might be something wrong up there because off the field, when you see him in interviews and stuff like that, and when you see him on documentaries, he seems like such a nice, genuine fella, and a lot of people speak highly of him as a person, obviously within Uruguay and within Liverpool. The only person within Uruguay, surprise, surprise, someone who can't get into the first team for Uruguay because Suarez and Cavani are taking their places. The only person, Abel Hernandez, is the only one who's ever spoken badly of him, as far as I know. I'm just going with the information I got. There might be other information that I don't quite know yet. If you know anything else, feel free to share it with me. Suarez deserves a ban. International football, club football, obviously because it's happened in an international game, it would be an international ban unless FIFA determine it should be a global ban in which he'll not be able to play for a certain amount of time in any competition. Going back to the game though, Uruguay won 1-0, Italy down to 10 men. The thing is, there's biting people and then there's breaking someone's legs, knowing that the kind of challenge that you're going to go in for could break someone's legs. Now, personally, if I was a professional footballer, I'd prefer a bite on the shoulder to a broken leg any day. You speak to any player who's ever had their leg broken, if they could be bitten by Luis Suarez or have their legs broken by Marchisio, I know what I prefer. I bring fucking Suarez and his Nashers to me anytime because, breaking your leg, push you out of football for pretty much a year, well, it's a season break. It's a season destroyer for a player. And that's you for your season. It's like I made the point that, yeah, fair enough, Suarez, what he's done is dreadful. But, there are players around in football. People making it as if Suarez is like the worst thing that ever happened to football. And, and people are getting really angry. And rightly so, they should be angry, if professional footballers doing stupid things like that, of course. But, there's been far more people there have been people who've done far worse in football. There's biting someone because you lose your frigging mind on a football field, which is stupid and absolutely vile, I know. But then there's a premeditated, vengeful act to go out and snap someone's leg with absolutely no remorse, like what Roy Keane did to Alf-Inge Haaland. Eric Cantona, what he did was to a fan. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, don't act as if Luis Suarez is the only frigging footballer who's ever done anything bad in the game. You know, there are plenty of footballers who've done bad things, you know, but I suppose the focus is on Suarez because what he did happened just last night and all the others were years ago. But the fact is, he'll get what he deserves. And as much as I got an affiliation with Liverpool, I hope he gets what he deserves because he deserves it, you know. The only thing I've been defending him on is the racism thing. I think that whole thing is a bunch of bullshit. I think it's a public manipulation from Patrice Evra, in my opinion. Evra says he said something, Suarez says he says another thing. FA, and under pressure from the anti-racism groups, at the end of the day, they want to prove that he's done something racist first. I mean, they're there to protect these players from racism, and it's a good thing that they're there because racism is a problem in football, and there is no room for racism in football. But the fact is, until someone's done something racist, you can't just go telling the FA to go and charge them for racism. You know, it's the same with John Terry, innocent in a court of law. The FA are somehow above the law, and they charge him into their own rules. It's like, you know, are you allowed to make your own rules up so you can call someone a racist? Like, it's just not on. If you find innocent in law, in court, you find innocent, you're innocent from it, you know? It's like Suarez was so frivolous, he couldn't even go to court. But then all of a sudden, Suarez, he's a racist. No, at least stick to what he's actually done wrong. He bit people, right? He's a vile creature who's bitten someone, yeah? Stick to that. Racism, no. He didn't do anything racist, as far as I'm concerned. And you can say what you want to me about that, you know. But then, you know, at least stick to, you know, giving him stick for something he actually deserves it for. Anyway, moving on. England, going on to England now. A very disappointing tournament it's been. Although the performances haven't been. A 0-0 against Costa Rica, who have beaten both the other teams. I suppose you can say, oh, well, you know, the top team England managed to draw against. But the fact is, obviously, they played a weaker team. You know, they thought, oh, well, you know, we're 8 now, we may as well give some of the other guys a chance to play in a World Cup match. But overall, it's been disappointing. But then, if you haven't seen it yet, what I feel is the way of fixing the English national football team, I've actually put a blog out for. So check out on this channel and look out for it because you know, a lot of people are agreeing with me. You know, I'm getting comments on it, not on the actual video itself, but then, you know, where I've shared it on Facebook, I've had other people sharing it on my behalf and saying, yeah, this is definitely 100% the way forward for England and their national team. Moving on, Colombia 4-1 against Japan. Not much of a surprise, really. Colombia, where they move the ball forward, look a threat every time. So topping the group the way they have, they are going to go far in this tournament, but then it all depends on who they play in the next round. Like I say, I haven't looked into who plays who in the next round properly, but then I will look at doing that over the next day or two. Japan have been disappointing. You know, they'll be going home. Greece beat Ivory Coast 2-1. Now, I'm sure that means Greece go through. Let me just have a look at the groups. I'm just going to double check the groups. Yeah, so Greece and Colombia go through. And I feel so sorry for Ivory Coast. I really, really feel awful for them because they're a team, you know, their squad is hurting right now. I can't remember which player it was. One of their players lost their father hours before kick-off at their Colombia game. And then the Toure brothers lose their brother Ibrahim to cancer. The fair play to them for still sticking around and, you know, giving it their all for their country. You know, that is just so respectable. You know, I respect that so much. And I just feel really bad for them. Greece have gone through. It's just amazing how Greece go through, Spain and England go home. It's just so weird, isn't it? Anyway, I'm going to move on now because I'm pushing 10 minutes now. Quick predictions now. Ecuador, France. I'm saying France. Honduras, Switzerland. I'm saying Switzerland. Bosnia, Iran. I'm saying a draw. Nigeria, Argentina. I'm saying an Argentina. If you're a betting man, I'd say all the games except for the Bosnia and Iran game to be over 2.5. Benzema, Shaqiri, Dzeko and Messi as anytime scorers. Both teams to score on every game, I think, except for, actually every game. Nigeria and Argentina, no, actually. Maybe Honduras, Switzerland. So Ecuador, France, yes. Honduras, Switzerland, no. Bosnia, Iran, yes. Nigeria, Argentina, no. That's on whether both teams are to score. So they're my quick predictions for that. Like I say, I'll be going back to the daily blogs now, starting tomorrow. So I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Enjoy the games tonight. Cheerio for now.